Good morning, everybody. You are currently listening to a Tall Girls podcast hosted by a tall girl named India. I hope everyone listening right now is doing great. Today, I have actually seen a few of you guys post on your Instagram stories recently that Tall Girl Part 2 is coming out soon. Like Tall Girl, the movie, Part 2 of it is coming out soon. I think. Or did it come out already? Wait, hold on. Let me check. Yeah. Yes, it will come out. It did not come out yet. It comes out February 11th. So by the time this episode comes out, it'll already be up and running, I think. So I believe that I should totally do a review of this one, actually, because I did a review of the first part. So I totally recommend checking out that episode before you listen to the other one eventually when it gets up, because there were very interesting things going on. I don't want to delve too deep into it, but yeah, stay tuned for my review of part 2. We'll see how that movie goes. And also, if you saw part 1 and listened to my podcast episode on it, please let me know like what you thought of part 1 and what you thought of my episode on part 1. Like, do you agree, do you disagree? Because I don't know, some things were a little suspect in part 1. But anyways, back to this episode. I asked you guys in a poll on my Instagram story. By the way, you should totally follow me on Instagram at a Tall Girls Podcast. It'll be linked below. I asked, what is the most annoying thing about being tall for you? And I wanted to do this episode not only to react to what you guys say, because I feel like we do a lot of reactionary stuff on this podcast, but I also possibly just wanted to provide some advice or some tall girl hacks, if you will, to make those things less annoying. So let's just get started. The first one is how expensive it is. This is pretty true because we tend to be pretty limited in our clothing options and what we can wear because our limbs are very long. And it seems like just to get an extra inch of fabric or even an extra half inch of fabric, it's like an extra $20 to $40. And let's not even get into custom made clothing because especially I feel the NBA players, come on. They're 6'5", 6'6", 6'7", 7 feet tall. I'm pretty sure there is not that many stores that just has pants and shirts for people who are 7'1" just lying around in their store. Like, it's very uncommon. So especially the NBA players, they have like a lot of money too, I assume. So I feel like they spend a lot of money to get custom made clothes that actually fits them. I feel like something that could help out with this is secondhand shopping. I mean, it's great for our planet and it's cheaper than shopping brand new. I think that the girl that I follow on Instagram who put this is actually like a thrifting queen herself. So she knows what's up. She knows the vibes. And shopping in the men's section is also a good idea. I don't know, for some reason they tend to be cheaper than women's clothes, and not to mention they also last longer than women's clothes. Come on, you're getting clothes that last longer for cheaper. Why is that a thing? I don't know. I feel like they do it because women are more likely to spend money on clothes and stuff, obviously because we do have more options, and it's just a way to get our money. That's really what's going on right now. And you know, honestly, what would be a great combo? Secondhand shopping in the men's section. Boom. Sustainable, it's not pricey, and it's super effective. And you will probably get even more wear out of it if you shop in the men's part of the thrift store. It's just an option, just throwing it out there. But I'm going to get into the next one. And next one is being awkward. Yeah, this is a normal fact of life, to be honest, for us tall people, because we need a minute to grow into our bodies. Honestly, any child that's growing needs to take some time to really grow into their body. So imagine having extra long limbs and trying to grow into your bodies. It's important to know that it's normal to be clumsy, to trip over your own feet, and everything just feels uneven. Like one leg feels longer than the other, one arm feels bigger than the other. It's just a normal fact of life. And it's so funny because I actually responded to this on my story, and the one who put this in actually said that it's similar to like you can't even walk and drink from a straw at the same time, because if you do that, it's pretty clear that you are going to spill your drink because you tripped over your own feet. It's honestly, it's just normal. It's a normal fact of life. But eventually we will grow into our bodies and we will get used to our long limbs. And something else that I could say besides that is don't cringe up. I think that's the proper term, but I mean, don't slouch, don't not crouch, but I don't know, get into a ball. Like, don't make yourself smaller is what I'm trying to say. Don't make yourself smaller. It'll just make things worse, okay? Not only will it be excruciating pain, especially back pain, but you won't be able to grow gracefully, I guess you could say, into your height. You won't be able to get used to your height. So stand straight and stretch. Stretching is super important, especially when you're growing. Tight muscles and aches will just make the awkwardness worse because all you feel is pain and you're just going to keep walking more awkward. So please stretch, stand up straight, and don't try to make yourself smaller. Next one is being viewed as masculine. Yeah, I've struggled with that a lot when I was younger. And honestly, I still struggle with that now because I used to be an athlete, and to this day, I still work out a lot. And so I'm built fit. I'm relatively muscular. And it really took a lot for me to cope with it, because people really did compare me to a man for my body type and also my height. And I had to stop being friends with some people. I had to repeat positive affirmations daily, and I had to just separate myself from non-toxic people, and I had to surround myself with non-toxic people, and limit my time on social media. And doing all of those things really helped just get rid of the negative thoughts, and it made me realize that I am beautiful and whatever else I want to be, whether it was feminine, masculine, or even both. Yes, you can be both. And I never let that, now I don't let that stop me from working out and just being who I want to be and looking how I want to look. So you do you, and your opinion is the only one that matters. Next one. Feeling like the person is hugging my body rather than me. This is a good one. I feel like so many people see those memes that, I think there was one where it was a tall girl, and she was hugging her short friend, and her short friend was literally standing on a table, and she still couldn't even reach like the upper portion of her tall friend's body. It was pretty funny, but a lot of people see those memes of what it looks like when a tall person tries to hug their short friend, and it's so true. It genuinely feels like a baby is hugging you. Like, when a baby is coming up to hug you and they hug your leg, they run into your knee, all of that stuff, that's literally what tall people feel like sometimes, for the most part, almost all the time. It really does feel like a baby is hugging you. I mean, for this one, you could always crouch down, or better yet, have them stand on a ladder or a chair or something, or like that girl's friend who stood up on an actual table. But honestly, there's really no way of escaping that. You could even try side hugs. Side hugs work. It's not like you're completely engulfing yourself into the person. You're just doing a little side hug. So that could work too. Public transportation. Oh my gosh, say no more. Say no more. I completely understand the feeling, especially on a bus, because there are seats right in front of each other. You know, it's kind of similar to an airplane, sitting on an airplane. Your knees are literally touching the back of the seat in front of you. And it's really uncomfortable because they're really hard seats. And sometimes when I'm sitting on the bus, I can't even get my legs, in between that gap of where my seat ends and the back of the seat of the person in front of me begins. Like, I can't even get it through that gap because my legs are too long for it. And it's extremely, extremely uncomfortable. It's horrendous. And even there are parts of the bus where you have to sit in front of people, and when it's crowded and people are like standing in front of you, in front of your seat, in front of you, your knees are just touching theirs, and it's horrendous. It's horrendous. The best thing I could really tell you to do is you can stand or sit in the seats that have an open area when it's not crowded. Or even, you know what? Screw that. Even when it is crowded, just use those long legs and get people out the way. Make sure nobody's standing in front of you. They can't stand in front of you because of your long legs. They don't want to be awkward and just have their legs on your legs. So then that's incentive for them to move out your way, and boom, you have extra space. So you know what? Do that. Or you can stand up, because there are, those rails and that you use to hold on to when you're on a train, on a bus. I don't even think it matters what country you are in, because it's pretty much everywhere. But they have those handrails that are close to the ceiling that you can hold on to on a bus or the train. It's literally made for tall people, except when you hit your head on it. That has happened to me several times. I have smacked my forehead into the metal railing. But listen, the point here is shorter people cannot reach up to those ceiling rails. So take advantage of those and use those ceiling rails, because for us, it's nothing. So standing, using the rails, or sitting in an open area and using your long legs to keep people from standing in front of you. Boom. Next. Being told you're taller than you say you are. See, I don't understand people like that. People clearly love telling other people that they are wrong about something you know more about than them. Like my height. How would you know about my height? Unless you're my doctor or a close family member, you don't know how tall I am. And it's even funnier when they say you're not even as tall as you say you are. So you could say, oh yeah, I'm 6 feet. And the person will be like, you're not 6 feet because I'm 6 feet and I'm looking up at you. Good night. That is atrocious. Atrocious. And the funniest thing, because I posted something about, I think it was a reel. Yeah, it was an Instagram reel about, you are 5'10", and they say that they're 6'5", but you being a 5'10" person are looking down at them. And the sound was like, you don't find that suspicious? Like, you don't find it suspicious that they're saying they're 6'5", but you're clearly looking down at them and you're 5'10"? Why are you lying about your height? And then they'll tell you you're not 5'10" because you're taller than me and I'm 6'5". The math just does not work out. It does not add up. You're adding 2 + 2 to equal 17, because that's not how it works. I don't understand why people do that. And just stop yourself. That's all I can say. Stop yourself. Ignore them. Ignore the haters. You know how tall you are. You're beautiful in your height. We don't associate with those people. Last one. I can't just walk in a store and buy pants. It's really the pants for me. It's a hard experience trying to find pants for those long legs, okay? When I just go into a store and I hold up a pair of pants to my body, like, how you do instead of trying it on, you just hold it up to your body to see how it would fit. And it barely goes past my legs. What is that? I genuinely don't understand that. And what makes it even worse is that you can go to the section where it will say tall or long and you'll put it up to you, it still doesn't reach your ankle. How does that work? And that's where I went back to the point where some of these NBA players really have to get their clothes custom made for their long limbs because the stores are just not doing it. Honestly, shop tall online, folks. There are a lot of small brands that have amazing clothes for us tall women. Shop them, okay? I follow a few of them. This is going up on Thursday? So in my post yesterday on Instagram, by the way, shameless plug yet again, follow me on Instagram at A Tall Girls Podcast. I actually tagged a few small brands that sell clothes for tall women, specifically for tall women. You should check that out. Make sure you follow me and make sure you shop those tall brands too. And it is Black History Month after all, so be sure to shop Black-owned businesses as well. Anyways, that's enough of that. I am just going to end it here. And please, if there are physical stores for tall women, let me know. Hit me up on my socials at A Tall Girls Podcast on Instagram, TikTok, and Pinterest. They'll all be linked below so you can check that out for your liking very easily. And I really want to thank you for listening to this episode. All of the OGs that listen to all my episodes listened from the start. Thank you so much for being here with me for this long. I really appreciate you. Please hit me up on Instagram, TikTok, wherever. I really like getting messages from you guys. It just makes me so happy. And I will catch you in the next one. Good night and goodbye.